The battlefield is set. Today, we're playing the new Pariah Nexus mission pack, an Ultramarine successor chapter called the Aurora Legion. I've got some intel that there's some suspicious activity going on in this cathedral, in the middle of nowhere on this abandoned world. The intel is correct, as the Thousand Sons are trying to summon a demon, Kallax, who was sent back to the warp centuries ago in this exact cathedral by the Black Templars. He's back in real space, and it's going to be hell on. Let's go to war. Hello everyone, welcome back to Daily Dice. I'm Sam, and today I'm with my main man, Richard. How are you doing, mate?
Yo, I'm good, mate. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back, mate. Glad to have you back. Today I'm running the Thousand Sons, and what are you going to be running?
I'm going to be using Space Marines in a first company detachment, which I imagine probably no one's ever seen used before, and I've never used it either because it's naff. But it's I think it's going to be fun to use though if I can remember everything.
Oh, you should be sound. You should be sound as long as you've been doing your research.
Well, mate, I've got stuff to remember. You've got even more to remember because your army's been completely changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, with the balanced data slate, there's a lot being changed. Thousand Sons. I'll go over that throughout the game. Mainly nerfs, but I think they needed it.
Yeah, well, the Space Marine's got really no buffs, so it's not like it's gone like one way or the other. Just yours have come down a peg, hasn't it? So
yeah, definitely. Also, today we're going to be using the new mission deck. I've played none of the new edition for the new chapter approved, and you've played twice.
Yes, so this will be my second game. I've used it once. Lots of the cards that you draw, lots of actions all the time. They're very clear where you do them.
Yeah,
but lots of actions all the time. I was like, God, everyone's got to go off and do stuff all the time. So I look at my army, lots of small units. I might struggle looking at your army, lots and lots of units. I think you'll do great for the actual objectives, like going around doing actions. I think your army would be great for that.
Well, that's the thing that I think with our armies, mine's very like MSU, multiple small units, so it'd be great for secondaries.
Fantastic.
Yours would be great for killiness. I'll struggle killing, so if I can keep up with the points, you know what I mean? Even if I get tabled, I might be able to...
Yeah, definitely. Before we've played, mate, looking at it, I think that's how it'll go. I think yours will score really, really well, as long as you're not getting like rolled by tanks and things that I've got.
Yeah, so just basically hide as much as I can and rack up them points. But before we start, I just want to say a massive thank you as always to the members. There's the members there. And it's massively appreciated having the members because it does really help a YouTube channel. And it helps with just the them bits of money coming in, really does help with getting bits and bobs, just like paints and merchandise, things like that. So thank you as always. And thank you to all you who subscribe and just comment and like, because it really does help. So let's get into that game.
Let's do it, mate. Let's do it.
So here we have 2,000 points of Thousand Sons. Super fluffy list, but I think it definitely has some teeth, but we'll see in the game. The army rule is Cabal Sorcerers. Basically, certain units generate me Cabal points, and in my command phase, the reset. The Cabal points I can use for special abilities like move twice, dish out mortal wounds, reroll saves, things like that. But I'll mention them as they come up through the game. The detachment is Cult of Magic. Basically, it's the only detachment I can use at the minute until the codex drops. And psychic weapons have sustained hits 1, lethal hits, or devastating wounds. I can change that every command phase, but basically I'm going to be staying devastating wounds, unless I say otherwise. So the list, starting with the main man himself, my warlord, Kallax, the Demon Prince. I haven't used him yet in 10th edition, mainly because it's the old model. I really want the new one. But he's a beast. He has wings so he can fly. If he flies over a unit, I roll 9 dice. On a 6, they take a mortal wound. Also, if he's not tied up in combat at the end of Richard's turn, I can put him up into Deep Strike. I'll give him the enhancement Arcane Vortex, which makes his psychic weapons an extra pip of strength, extra pip of damage. So he has that damage 4 sword. And on the sweep, damage 2, which is really nice against Marines. So I'm hoping that he puts in the work today, but let's see. As you can see around him, he also has a load of Zangors that have made the most of that portal being open and have all jumped through with him into real space. So I'll quickly fly through the HQs. I've got another 5, so Terminator Sorcerer. He has the enhancement I can never say this. Umbrellarific Crystal. Basically, in my command phase, I can put him his unit up into Deep Strike and put him back down the same turn. So it just gives my army a bit of movability for such a slow army. He's going to be leading a unit of 5 Terminators. These Terminators are all bolters in 1 missile rack. And Terminators have the ability that -1 to wound if the weapon shooting them is stronger. So that's really nice. Next unit is a normal sorcerer. I give him the enhancement Athenian Scrolls, so he generates 2 Cabal points now instead of 1. He's going to be leading a unit of 5 Rubric Marines, 1 with a Soul Reaper. And basically, his abilities are he gives his unit lethal hits, which is pretty nice. He also, you can't target that unit unless you're within 18 inches. So really good for holding them backfield objectives. Next unit is the Exalted Sorcerer on disc. He's been nerfed a little bit, but he's also been brought down in points. So a little side grid. Basically, if he shoots at a unit, he can minus the movement by 2 and minus the charge by 2. So it's pretty good. It used to be half, and he used to also get the advance as well, which was nice. But he gives his unit a Forb Invun, which is cool. He's going to be leading a unit of 5 Rubric Marines as well, 1 with a Soul Reaper. Then next HQ is a Sorcerer on foot, an Exalted Sorcerer. He can bring his unit back to life, 1 model, in the command phase on a 2+. If he rolls a 1, he gives him D3 mortal wounds. The sacrifice of messing with the warp, I guess. He also gives his unit a 4 Invuln, which is nice, and he is also going to be leading a unit of 5 Rubrics, 1 with a Soul Reaper. Last but not least, the HQ that just summoned Kallax, the Infernal Master. He gives his unit Sustained Hits 1. He also has a really strong Flamer, 2d6 shots, which is nice. And would have you guessed it, he's leading a unit of 5 Rubrics, 1 with a Soul Reaper. Surprise, surprise. Then we have 5 Terminators. These have no one leading them, and they're going to be starting in Deep Strike. Basically, I just need that movability around the board. It's a slow army, so I'm trying to get them fast units and also stuff in Deep Strike like these Terminators, but without risking losing too many Cabal points. So I'll only lose 1 if they're up in reserve. So 2 units of 5 Terminators, 1 getting led. Then we will go to the Zangors. So we've got a unit of 10 Zangors. These are basically just a chaff unit, mid-board control. If they die, they're just a trading unit. The ability is if they're holding an objective in my command phase, on a 4+, I get a Cabal point back. Not bad. I don't think anyone would worry too much if I just got the Cabal point for being on an objective, but yeah. Next units are 2 units of Zangor Enlightened, both with Great Bows. These are on disc, super fast, 12-inch movement, so they can get that mid-board, great trading units, and also good for secondaries, I think, because we haven't played Pariah Nexus yet, but I'm hoping that they are. Their ability is if the enemy moves within 9 inches of them, they can move D6 inches, so just get them out of dodge if they need it. Then we have a Predator Destructor. Yep, you heard it correct here, a Predator Destructor. So he's got 2 heavy bolters, which, because they're Inferno, they're -2. And if I aim at infantry, they're -3, which is really nice. And then he's got that auto cannon as well, which is -1. Aim at infantry, -2. So it is an infantry shredder. I'm really looking forward to see what this can do this game, because I haven't actually used the Destructor in a long time. But I have the weapons magnetized, so I thought, why not? Let's do it. Last unit, but definitely not least, we have a Hellbrute. He has a las cannon, which never does anything because it's 1 shot. But he can punch up in combat, I always find. So he's a threat that the enemy usually don't really think about or take into consideration. He also has a flamer, and a 2+ save as well. So if he's in cover, he's actually quite hard to take down. You have to put a lot of firepower into him. So I'm hoping that he surprises Rich today. He also has the ability, if you're within 9 inches and use a Cabal ritual, you get one of your Cabal points back. So I've got a little bit of Cabal regeneration, and you'll find that the Cabal points are really important. They can do some really strong stuff, and the army kind of relies on it. So let's see how the Thousand Suns do. I'm looking forward to see how they do now that the new balanced data slate is dropped. I think they've got quite a few nerfs, but I definitely think they can still punch. So let's see, going into Richard's army list. So here we have 2,000 points of the Aurora Legion, an Ultramarine Successor chapter. Beautiful army, Richard. Tell me a bit about it, mate.
All right, okay, so if you want to know why they're called the Aurora Legion, it's because I'm too lazy to paint the Aurora chapter,
right?
Who are all green.
Right.
So I did this colour scheme because it's half silver and it's easier to do. So I was like, right, they're a Ultima founding, as in like the Indomitus Crusade, when Gulliman went around the galaxy and saved everyone. So they're from that, so they branched off from Aurora chapter. These are a Crusading chapter instead, so
nice.
You got given a bunch of battle badges, off you pop. Yeah?
I like it.
Go kill the Death Guard, because they were the main bad guys during Indomitus Crusade. So they're an Ultramarines successor, and because of that, I feel like that's a good reason to jump between the different detachments. So my army's supposed to be like each company, the personality of that captain dictates what they do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for this game, I'm going to make sure I lose, so I'm going to use the first company task force, because it's a cool idea. I just don't think it's very good in rules. I don't think it's very good.
Right.
So, as you know, Space Marines get oath of moment, which is what me bolt gun is representing today, because I can't find my purity seal that I use.
Yep.
So you've got the hammer for your Templars, I've got my bolt gun. So when you put that on a unit in your start of your battle round, or start of the Space Marine turn actually, I think, you put on a unit, you reroll hits. Now what the first company task force can do is they've got a rule called extremis level threat. So once in the game, and for one turn, you can activate reroll wounds as well, so you can reroll hits and wounds against a target for one turn.
Nice.
So they're good at killing one target to death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In one turn. So I thought you were using Magnus, so I thought that would be really cool, like the first company to take Magnus out, but there's like a smaller guy who's going to get it instead. And
Kallax has been came out with this.
They're going to get two Redemptors, are going to squeeze his head from either side. So that's the army and its army rule. So one of the cool things about this army is that it's the enhancements have got like a sort of a Custodes feel to them, where you can like pop them and do like a special thing. So if you want to go over the units now, mate,
let's go for it.
So if we start at my Warlord, who's a Terminator captain.
Yep.
So he's got the new version, obviously, of using stratagems for cheap. And then he's got, he can reroll charges. He's leading a squad of Terminators they get +1 hit against the Oath of Moment target. Again, going for the Oath of Moment thing with the army. Yep. Now he's got a enhancement called Iron Resolve. So the Terminator captain, has 5+ feel no pain.
Oh, nice.
But like the Custodes thing, he can pop it and for one turn get feel no pain 5+ for his unit as well for a turn.
Ah, decent.
Is it for a turn or for a phase? It'll come up in the game. Anyway, he can pop that. So that's a cool thing that he can do. And he's got his teleport homer from his squad, so he can get a free rapid ingress if he doesn't need that teleport homer.
Yeah.
Now, if we come to the left, mate, we've got another unit. So then we've got a lieutenant.
Yep.
And he does not have an enhancement, but he's leading 5 Hellblasters. So he'll give them lethal hits and fall back and shoot. They're going to be jumping in an Impulsor. So they'll be using the Impulsor's ability for its firing deck of 6. So they'll be firing out of the top of that with their, whatever they're called, plasma guns.
Yeah.
That's fast, and they'll be having 5 extra plasma guns. So it makes it quite a good little gunboat.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Now these are quite bunched up, mate. So I'll tell you what, while we're here, there's a Redemptor Dreadnought there.
Yeah.
I've got 2. That one's got a plasma cannon, and the other one's got an Onslaught Gatling cannon.
Yep, so 2 Redemptors, yep.
2 Redemptors, yep. Now, next, behind the plasma Redemptor, there is... Get out of the way. Big fat lad. So, that is 3 Blade Guard, led by Is it a Judicar, a Judicia?
I call it Judicia, but I could be wrong.
I'm going to call him a Judicar.
Nice.
That way, one of us is correct.
Let us know in the comments.
So, he's got another enhancement. So, he's got the Imperium Sword. So, he has an extra attack. And then again, he can pop it and give his unit +1 attack for a phase or a turn. I don't know. I'll check when it comes up. Yeah. I'll just say a turn and win.
Yeah.
So, and then he's got his fancy hourglass thing.
Fights first, yeah?
Yeah, so fights first for the unit. And that actually looks like the one from John Wick 4. Doesn't it? Have you seen John Wick 4?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, they have a big hourglass like that in
right.
John Wick 4. It's like all ornate like that, which is kind of cool.
So he's basically John Wick, yeah?
He's basically John Wick, yeah. Daddy takes his mask off. They're going to be jumping into not into that, in the other repulsor, but we'll go to that one because next to it. That's a repulsor execution, and no one's going inside that for the game.
Right.
That's just my big heavy tank. It gets +1 to hit if it targets a unit that's below half strength, because why it's called an executioner. Mm-hmm. It's covered in guns, it's pretty scary, and yeah, that's pretty much all it is. It's going to be giving you nightmares, I think.
I think it is.
Yeah. If you go to that, there's another redemptive. Get out of the way, you. So, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Blade Guard and then this unit Stern Guard led by a chaplain in the repulsor. Right. And you know from the update, they upped the transport capacity of impulsors and repulsors.
Yep.
Doesn't really make any difference for this game, but just a cool thing they've done. So that's 5 Stern Guard veterans. They're all going to be armed with Stern Guard bolt guns, just the ones to give you extra shot. And then led by a chaplain. He's got no enhancements. He's just hard and gives them a bit of extra punch in combat. I like the idea of having all my units led by characters for this game.
Yeah,
the first company and stuff like that. Next to them is my repulsor. That's armed with all of the anti-infantry guns on it, so onslaught Gatling, heavy bolters, and just it's got like a defensive array, and it's got a hunter-killer missile as well.
Nice.
Massive transport capacity of 14. Excuse me. And it can do a special thing where it can like hoover a squad up inside it. So if one of my squads just stood next to it and you charge them, if they're within like 3 inches of the repulsor, they can get back inside, and then you can like recharge and go for something else, which is really good way.
It's nice.
Really good way of protecting your squads. Next to them is my second from last year because we've got about the Inceptors up there. But so this is a cool little unit. So this is a little combo. So that is 5 Reavers. Now everyone knows that Reavers suck, right?
Right.
Especially when they have carbines, right? So, but I like the models I'm in. So that's 5 Reavers with carbines. They've got the rule though that when you take a battle shock test, you're at -1, yeah? When you're in range of them because they've got scary masks on.
Yeah.
They're led by a 4-boss lieutenant. Yeah. They've all got grav shoots so they can all deep strike. The 4-boss lieutenant gives them lethal hits, but his special rule is when he's leading the unit, when they shoot, they can move afterwards.
Right.
So what they're going to do is they're going to deep strike in, shoot with the carbines, and then they're going to move D6 inches, which means they could potentially jump onto an objective or something like that.
Yeah, that's nice,
He has got an enhancement called Fear Made Manifest, right? Mm-hmm. Which combines well with Reavers. So, if you're within 6 inches of him, if you fail a battle shock test, which will be at -1 because of Reavers, you lose a model from your squad. Once per game, after you failed the test, he can make you lose D3 from a unit. So, example, if you failed on your Scarab called Terminators, I'd go, right, you're losing D3 Terminators instead of 1.
Jeez, that is strong, that like.
It's 30 points, it's the most expensive thing they've got, and it's on Reavers, so it sounds great. Whether it actually
comes into play, I don't know, but I like the idea of it. It's pretty scary. It's a good thing. It's something to consider, isn't it? That you do not want that happening. You do not want that happening to your Scarab cult. So if you're playing Custodians or something, you have to get rid of Alara's Custodians or whatever. 100%.
And then last unit, mate, up in the building, we've got 3 Inceptors. They're fantastic, very tough Gravis armour. They can drop down, and they can drop down within 3 inches as long as they don't charge off. They're not allowed to charge afterwards. But they wouldn't do that anyway. They're just going to turn up, assault ball you in the face, and make an objective off you. And that's the army, mate. There's lots of things for me to remember, which means I'm not going to.
Yeah, basically. I'll put your thing back there just so it looks
cool.
looks pretty. But yeah, me and Richard didn't actually look at each other's lists before the game. And that much armour in this army, and I've got so little anti-armour, I think it might be uphill battle for the Thousand Suns, but we've got a lot of devastating wounds, so I'm going to have to really rely on chewing through the armour that way. But I like it, Rich. I'm really looking forward to this one, mate.
Cool.
Let's go. So the cards are drawn. Deployment, sweeping engagement. This is all new to us. Sweeping engagement, a really strange deployment zone. It's sort of half your deployment's 8 inch, the other half's 14, but I quite like it. And then this is Richard's. Then there's 5 objective markers, 3 no man's land, 2 in the deployment zone. But in this game, we drew the ritual. So basically, you get rid of these 2. So there's only 3, 1 in each deployment, 1 in no man's land. And what you have to do is you have to do an action, which is in your shooting phase. If it's completed, which is the end of your turn, you set up an objective marker on the battlefield, wholly within no man's land within 1 inch of your unit, provided it can be set up exactly 12 inch from one objective marker in no man's land, not within 6 inches of any other. So basically, our units can set up an objective marker 12 inch within this objective marker. And obviously we're going to be wanting to do it as soon as possible, so we start racking up the points. So mine's probably going to be somewhere here, hidden behind the thing. Richard's probably going to be somewhere here, hidden behind the big bit of obscuring terrain in the middle. And then from the second battle round onwards, you get the end of every command phase, you get your points. So mine at the end of my command phase, Richard's at the end of his command phase. You get 5 points for each objective marker you control in no man's land, up to 15. So the ones in our deployment zone don't matter this game, but obviously for secondaries, things like where you have to hold your one in your deployment zone, it'll come in handy for that. Then mission rule, fog of war. So first battle round, all units have benefit of cover, and you can't use core stratagems, excluding the new order stratagem where you can swap out one of your secondaries.
Is that all the time or just in the first turn?
Just first turn.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, I probably didn't even try and get cover with stuff. We didn't think of that. But yeah, so they're the 3 cards. Let's get into the battlefield. So battlefield is set. Before I go anywhere else, I want to just say a big shout out to Gamemat.eu. You should definitely check them out because this is their mat and this is all their terrain, besides from the few Games Workshop terrain I've got, the 2 containers in this, but all the rocks. By now you should have seen a video I've put on setting up this battlefield and also reviewing their stuff. But yeah, go and check them out, Gamemat.eu. So I'm this side, Thousand Suns, Richard that side with his Space Marines. Terrain, we've done, this is a sort of obscuring terrain, that's why we've marked it out with a bit of a border. Obviously that's just natural line of sight blocking, same with this one, and then we've done the same there. So, and then you've got this massive cathedral in the middle where Kallax is just came out of interreal space, and the Space Marines want to put him back to the warp. So, objective marker right in the middle of here, and obviously we can then put down our 2 objective markers. Does it say anywhere we have to do 1 each, or if you didn't do 1, could one person technically do 2 objective markers? Doesn't say, does it? So
we'll find out.
Yeah, so technically if Richard wanted to skip that, I could put 1 down turn 1 and then 1 down in my turn 2. So yeah, something to think about. So deployment, it's really hard because Richard's going to shred whatever he can see this game. So he's put his repulsor over there. It's not the executioner, so it's an anti-infantry. So I've put my tanks over here. This is the unit that can't be shot outside of 18 inch because it has the sorcerer in. So they're holding this home objective. Not like I get any points for it, but it's good for secondaries, hopefully. Then I've put a massive blob of stuff here. I'm really hoping Richard doesn't get turn 1 because he's just going to move into the terrain and probably just empty all this chaff here. But there's nowhere else I could really put them if I wanted to get this this centre. So I've got all my Zangors here. I've got the units with the Exalted Sorcerer on disc, the unit with the Exalted Sorcerer on foot in front. Then I've got some Zangor Enlightens. Then over here hidden, I've got the Demon Prince, a unit of Rubrics with the Infernal Master, the Terminators, and some more Zangor Enlightened. Demon Prince could probably only be seen by the Dreadnoughts if they moved into the terrain. So I'm just hoping he can weather the storm. And I'm just trying to keep everything out of line of sight of them 2 tanks over there. So, Richard, what have you done, mate?
Right, well, you're on that side, mate. So, like you said, the repulsor is behind this obscuring collection of rocks. It's got the blade guard with the judicia in it, or the judicar.
Yep.
It's also got the stern guard with the chaplain in there. So there is, 10 dudes in there, something like that.
Yeah.
10 dudes inside that. Centre of the battlefield as far forward as I could put them, because this building's so massive, they're actually covered really from any shooting coming back at them. 2 Redemptor dreadnoughts, the Gatling gun, plasma gun. If they get first turn, they're going to step straight into that.
Yeah.
Or straight into that cathedral. They're going to be on the objective, and then they're going to be an absolute nuisance for the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Over this side, we've got the Impulsor with the Hellblasters and the Lieutenant in it. They're on that objective. Not that it means anything in this game, but like you say, for secondaries, it might pop up.
Yeah.
Because that one's still in there, where hold your own and get one in the no man's land. That's still in there,
right?
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the Repulsor Executioner is behind this. I mean, he's not deployed that. He's not fully deployed because, as in obscured. I don't care if you put something to shoot at him, he'll just shoot back at you.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got better guns than you have.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
And he's got more wounds. So it was kind of he's being a little bit more of a bully.
Yeah.
Really, with his deployment. I have lots in Strategic Reserve. So I've got a Terminator Captain with Terminators. Then I've got Insectors in Reserve. I've got a Lieutenant, and I've got the Reavers in Strategic Reserve. They're all in Deep Strike.
Nice. And while we're on that, I've got 1 unit of Terminators in Reserve. So I really, 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 really want to go first on this one. What do you want to do, Rich?
I'm not that bothered. I'm not really you could have the world's greatest in shooting phase, and I might regret saying that, but I don't really care too much for your shooting coming back at me.
Yep.
Another good thing about going second is rapid ingress is better when you go second.
Right, yeah, that's it, yeah.
So I don't mind going second, to be honest with you, mate. I'm not going to let you go first, but I don't care either way.
Sweet. So let's roll off and see ya. So shall we use, these are our new CP trackers. Red for the red cards, and then green for the green cards.
And the green Space Marines.
And the green Space Marines. So let's roll these,
Okay.
A 2.
It's a 5 Space Marines going first.
Oh no. So beginning of Space Marines, turn 1. Richard drew no prisoners, and originally he drew Cull the Horde, which basically you need to kill units with 20 plus models. Obviously I don't have any units, so you just discard that card straight away. So instead he got marked for death, which is basically I pick 3 units, and if Richard kills them, you get 5 points for all 3, is it? Or 5 points each?
Just 5 points if I kill any of them.
5 points if you kill any of them, sorry. Yeah, cool.
Or if you remove them off the battlefield at the end of a turn.
Yeah, yeah. Also no prisoners, which is just kill enemy units, 2 VP to a max of 5. So some half-decent cards to start off. He wants to be killing my units anyway. So the 3 units I picked were... Basically, I just went for these 3. The Predator, the Hellbrute in this unit of rubrics. These can't be targeted out of 18, so they're pretty safe. And these were really well hidden. The only thing opposite these is an anti-infantry tank. So I think this was a good choice. I'm not sure what Richard will do with the card. He might keep it for later game or maybe get rid of it. So Richard, what have you done there?
Because of the obscuring terrain, I've basically gone... Some of the units have just moved forward and some have got line of sight. So the Executioner has got line of sight to those Skyfires, I believe they're called.
They're
called Skyfires, or is that in...
No, they're called... that's going to do my head in. But basically Zangors and Discs, aren't they?
Zangors and Discs. They must be called Skyfires in Age of Sigmar. Right?
Yeah, I think it's Age of Sigmar. They're called Zangor Enlightened in 40k.
Right, enlightened up by my Executioner, more like. This Dreadnought is within range of the centre objective to do the mission rule, the ritual.
Yeah.
So he's creating an objective here.
Yep.
So the Impulsor advanced, you can bring up a little thing about that in a second if you like, about its movement.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Basically, obviously there's this new pivot rule now. So if you pivot in your movement, you're minus 2 inches from your move, and then you get all the rest of your pivots for free. Richard didn't bother pivoting it. It's kind of 6 and 2 freeze in this case, I think. He advanced, got a 1, so it moved 13 inches, and it basically just flew around here. So we just need to keep an eye on that pivot rule coming up in this game, especially with all these vehicles.
That pivot rule is getting changed in the next
Yeah, I'm pretty sure,
It's going to get abused. Centre is a Dreadnought who's moved in. I put Oath of Moment on the rubrics which are right in front of him.
Yeah, the guy with the Exalt Sorcerer on foot.
Yep. And then lastly, I've got, I've got a teleport homer here.
Yep.
So there's like a little bit of space to put the Terminators down if I want to. I get a free rapid ingress because of that. And my repulsor has moved up. It's within 24-inch range of the Zangors and all of its guns.
Yeah.
All of its guns are in range.
So they kind of wish that they never came through that portal, basically, don't they? As soon as they run through, they're just going to get absolutely lit up.
Foot in the Imperium.
Yeah.
Space Marine's going to shoot you in the face.
Yeah, they came meaning business today with all these heavies, so let's hope the Found Sons can weather this storm. First bit of shooting, the Repulsor Executioner levels its weapons into the Zangor Enlightened. I don't think that we're destined to live on this world. Let's go.
We'll start off with the main cannon, so the heavy laser destroyer.
Yep.
So 3s to hit, both hit, 2s to wound, both wounded. That is minus everything.
6s, not too dead.
Yes.
Do you want to go straight to the next one?
Yeah, mate, so that'll be heavy bolters, see if we finish the last one off. 2 hits, no wounds, but it's twin linked. Still nothing, so it'll be the anti-fly twin linked turret. So that's 1 hit, wounded.
No damage to that, mate. So 4 up because he gets his cover. How many damage?
Just 1.
Just on 1 wound.
And then I've got another stubber with the Space Marine on the pintle.
Yep.
So he hit 3 times, and then are these toughness 4? Are they?
Toughness 4, yeah.
Ooh. Bam, 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 bam.
So 3 4-ups. He survives it.
Takes it, so it's, you've got 1 of your Enlightened alive then.
Sweet. 1 wound. Tasty. Next bit of shooting. The next repulsor levels all its guns, which is a lot of guns, into the next unit of Zangors. This time the ones on foot. I don't think the Space Marines are liking the Zangors today, so they're picking on them a little bit. But let's see what happens with the shooting. First weapon is the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon. Let's go.
So this will be 3s and 3s.
Yep.
That's a damn minigun. That didn't do too well, mate. It's only 4 saves for them, with a 5+, I believe.
Yep, and one of them is a 6. Is that devastating wounds?
All right, yes. So just takes 1 out, yeah.
So one's dead. Next one's 5+.
Nicely done, mate. Nicely done.
3.
I'll do the heavy bolter next.
Yep.
All hit. Reroll that one. Yeah, so it's 2 at -1.
So 2 6s. No,
Yeah,
so it's 2 more hits, so 3 altogether so far.
And then on the repulsor, basically all of its like defensive guns and all of its mini turrets, everything is just all rolled into something called the repulsor defensive array, which is 18 shots.
Nice. And then wounding on this strength 4, yeah?
Strength 4, yeah, so Zangor's toughness 4.
Yeah, so 4s.
So 4s. That's 6, mate. No AP.
6. So 6 5-ups, 3 are dead so far. I mean, that's not bad.
Not bad, mate.
Before 5 dead altogether.
You'll take that, won't you?
I'll take it, Rich. I'll take it. So the Redemptor has changed tact, and he's put in all his firepower into the 2 units of Zangors, because obviously he's got no prisoners, so he gets points for killing both of these. So he's putting his bolters and his anti-fly missile on top into the Zangor Enlightened, and then he's putting his big plasma and his little onslaught Gatling cannon into the Zangors on foot. So which one do you want to start with, Rich?
Well, I'll start with the missile pod on top, see if it can take out that Enlightened. So it'll be D3 shots, so 2 shots, which both hit. It's anti-fly 2+, so it's been wounded twice, -1, I believe. So
yeah, so 5-ups.
Yes, take him out.
Gets him.
That's 2 points for thingamajig.
Yep.
The Stormbolters are wasted. Then we've got, I'll fire the macro plasma, D6+2 this will be.
Oh, it's nearly a 1 there.
This is your fault that fell.
It's that magnet. Let's have a look at these magnets underneath. There's something going on. Yep, so 7 shots.
This should be 3s and 2s, right?
3s and 2s, yeah. Oh no.
Was that all of them?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Oh no.
7 invulnerable saves, I believe.
7. I think 1 missed there. How many was there?
Yeah, I rolled. Got. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 6.
6, yeah. So 6 invulnerable saves, so 6 ups.
Oh, nice.
Also 3 die, but he's still got the onslaught Gatling cannon.
Yeah, got the mini onslaught.
There's only 2 left so on paper. You should be able to take these out. All you need is 2 6s.
I just need 2 6s, don't I? I got 1 6 and then 4 wounds.
Yeah, so unless I can roll 4 5 ups, then
You've been doing it so far.
and I've been doing it. Oh, nearly.
oh,
I tell you what. But that is 2 Zangor units destroyed. Well done, Rich. So end of Space Marines turn 1. No prisoners for 4 points. Mark for death, Rich is going to get rid of. It's what's the reason for that, Rich? Basically, it's
Well, it forces me to do things I wasn't planning on doing. So
Yeah.
although there are a few units over there which are quite dangerous, I'm not actually that interested in them when it comes to the actual game itself.
Yeah,
So I've scored some points. I've got some ideas for what I can use the CP for, so I'd rather have the CP
Yeah, so you're right up to 3
rather than
CP
having
as well.
rather than having a secondary start making me do things I didn't want to actually do.
yeah.
So
Sweet.
that's the reasoning.
So Rich has got rid of that. He has got that for 4 points. Also, the primary objective is now down. So this is the new objective on the field. So yeah, on to Thousand Suns, turn 1. Thousand Suns, turn 1. So I've drew engage on all fronts and containment. Basically, engage on all fronts, get the quarters, 3 quarters for 2, 4 quarters for 4. I'm not going to be getting that, so I'm going to be getting rid of that at the end of my turn. Containment, basically I have to do a action on the battlefield edges, not the one in your deployment zone though. So I've got 3 edges that I can do. I'm only going to be doing 1, but you get 3 VP each to a maximum of 6. So this is a new one, quite excited to try it out. So Thousand Suns movement, basically, Zangor Enlightened, I've put here, because they're going to scan this edge. You can be, as long as you're wholly within 9 inches. So they're within 9 inches, they're getting the cover, and they're scanning this edge, and they're not in the deployment zone, which is 8 inch up to about here. So this edge done 3 points, and forget about them. Basically, what I need to do is I need to remove them 2 Terminators, them 2 Redemptors, so Rich doesn't get any primary, and so I don't have Redemptors in the midfield. So what I've done is I've used the Terminator's Crystal that the Sorcerer has. So in my command phase, I pick them up, and at the end of my movement, I put them back down, so they're all in rapid fire range with this Redemptor. And a lot of them are getting cover as well. There's just 2 out of cover. So that's good. These have all moved forward with the Infernal Master and have got range with the 2 Redemptors. Also screening out these backlines for any potential threat in Richard's turn. The Demon Prince has flew here, and he's going to do the action, the primary, which is called the Ritual. Basically, because I'm within 12 inches of that objective in the centre, I'm going to be dropping a new objective marker there for me to hold. And because all the rubrics are on it, it's nice because I can really have a strong hold on that. Then over here, these have all shuffled forward just to all get range and line of sight on the Redemptor in the middle. So basically the whole army is going to be shooting into them 2 Redemptors. I'm just praying that I cause some damage. Right, so I've got 17 Cabal points. I'm going to be using 16 straight away. I'm going to use 7 on a Doom Bolt that's going to be going into this Redemptor. And I'm going to be using 9 on, I can't remember what it's called, but basically everything that shoots this model now gets an extra -2 AP. It used to be they just don't get an armor save, but in the new patch, basically, they've made -2 AP instead, which I think's fair. Yeah, I think it's fair. I'd like to see it come down a little bit in Cabal points, but
one of the things that I've noticed, mate, is if you notice from this new update, they've took away a lot of the removes or is free, and now things are either minuses or pluses, which is a lot easier. The stratagem thing's the same. The stratagem is now -1. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they've now made your ability -2. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To stop any, because it kept creating, weird situations.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Is this free for that many points? Whereas if you just go off pluses or minuses on everything, it's a lot easier to work out.
Yeah, 100%. I don't mind this change. I think it's fine.
That's why this is 10.5 edition, mate.
Yeah. So he's minus 2 AP for everything going to be shooting him. Also, I'm going to use 2 CP. So these Terminator bolters are alternate psychic weapons. And also, I'm going to give him a CP, so all psychic weapons I can reroll hits and wounds. Also, this Terminator Sorcerer has done his thing, his ability where I can reroll hits of 1 against a unit within 18 invisible, which is going to be this Redemptor. So all these stuff going to be shooting this Redemptor are going to be rerolling hits of 1 and wounds, because rubrics reroll wounds when a unit's on an objective. So lots of reroll hits, lots of reroll wounds. All my psychic weapons are devastating, so I'm trying to just get as many mortal wounds into these as I can, because I know they've got -1 damage, things like that, so multi-damage weapons are no good. I'll start off with the Doom Bolt while we're on camera, and I'll go to the shooting.
Pray for my dreads.
So, Doom Bolt into this first dread. Yes. Let's do it.
That's what I knew was going to happen.
So it's D3 plus 6 damage. 7 mortal wounds, my friend.
Okay.
Bump. So, first bit of shooting is this unit with the Exalted Sorcerer on foot. And they're all going into this Redemptor in the middle that's fresh. Richard's used Armor Contempt, so he ignores a bit of AP, and of course he gets cover. So he basically mitigates my -2 Cabal ritual that I used. So my weapons actually still do get the -1, so it'll be basically free up saves a lot. But this guy has a psychic power, it's -2, which is nice. So D6 shots, I'll start with that. So let's go. High number.
Pack that in. Pack that in.
So 3, 4, 5, 6. So hitting on 2s. But then we're re-rolling 1s for that thing that the Terminator did. Strength 6, so wounds on 5 and 6s. 6s are devastating. And then luckily we're re-rolling all them because he's in a rubric unit and they get to re-roll wounds to get to unit. It's on an objective. So you've got 1 save at -2, and I do D3 mortal wounds.
D3 mortal wounds?
Yeah, because they're devastating, sorry. So this will -1 now, and because these all come through together now in this patch. But the ones from the Doom Bolt don't. It's pretty complicated, but yeah. So 1 save.
Yeah, so 1 save, yeah. I make that. How do I fail that?
-2, so you actually fail that.
Alright, yeah.
So 2d3. So the first one does 3, so it'll do 2. Second one does 2, so it'll do 1. So basically you take 3 wounds.
Okay.
So next bit of shooting, he's down to 9 wounds. So all the rubrics, there's 1 Soul Reaper, there's 3 bolters, 1 bolt pistol, and the Sorcerer's Power. So I'll tell you what, Sorcerer's Power first, let's go. 2 dice, hit on 3s. 1 hits, and then wounding on strength 4, so 6s. Devastating wounds. So it just does 1 devastating wound.
Okay, who was that from?
That's from the Sorcerer in
that
unit.
Champion
unit, yeah, basically Sorcerer, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Then 3, 4, 5, 6. This is from the Soul Reaper. Rerolling 1s. And then wounding on strength 6 or 5s. Ooh. And then I'm reroll these because they're rubrics. This is the first one. No, and then reroll it. No. So you've got 1 save at 3+, and then you've just got 1 devastating wound.
Okay, yeah. I feel that obviously, so it takes 2 more wounds.
Takes 2.
I'm not doing well for these saves, mate.
No, they're not great, Rich. 1, 2, 3. These are the Inferno bolters and the bolt pistol. So hit on 3s. 1 miss, and then wounding on 6s. But then re-rolling because they're rubrics. So you've got 2 saves at -1, so 2 free ups.
Oh,
Richard, what's going on?
I blame your felt. This way might as well not have any armour on.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the next unit. So next bit of shooting. The next unit of rubrics and the Sorcerer into the same Redemptor. So I'll start off with the Flamer from the Exalted Sorcerer on disc. D6 shots. 4. And then strength 6, so looking for 5 and 6s, but 6s are devastating. So then re-rolling. So you've got 2 saves at -2, which ignore cover. So that'll be technically -4, and it ignores cover. So you get
-3.
So you're 5,
yeah. So 2 5-ups.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously I've filled every save in a row so far.
3d3.
It's 3d3.
But obviously -1 each time, so 1, 1,
So
1.
4's dead.
That's just 3. How many wounds he got? So he's on 1 wound, because 2, 2, and 2 all go down to 1s, don't they, for the -1?
Oh, sorry, yes, it's got a wound left.
Got a wound, so I'm hoping that the rest of the unit can take it out. Start with the Aspiring Sorcerer. 2 shots, both hit, and then these are 6s. Just a small wound, so yeah.
Does it explode?
Yeah, implodes. So next unit shooting is the Infernal Masters unit, and they're shooting into that Redemptor on 5 wounds remaining. So I'll start off with the Aspiring Sorcerer. So 2 shots, both hits, wounded on 6s, but then re-rolling because the rubrics, and he's on an objective that he controls. No. And then I'll go to the Soul Reaper. So 6 shots. And then wounding on 5s and 6s, re-rolling. So 3 just go through, and it's 1 at -1. So 1, 2 up basically.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So it's down to 2.
Down to 2. So bolters, 6 shots, pistol's not in range. Obviously uses power anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. Wounding on 6s, and re-rolling. So I just need to get a few through. There's 2, -1, so he's got cover technically.
Yeah.
The 2-ups,
Yeah.
he saves them. Infernal Master, hoping to take that last wound off. Sorry people, I completely forgot that the sustained hit's 1 for Infernal Master, but it's what it is. Infernal Master, shooting 2d6, flamer hits, shots. That is 10. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically I just need 1 6. You've got 2 wounds left, I need 2 6s here.
With re-rolls.
With re-rolls.
Yeah.
And that is a dead Redemptor.
Does it explode? It does explode.
It does explode.
So it's a D3 on my repulsor, so that's 3 wounds off that.
Good Lord, Rich. Zinch really is with me today, I think. I've got the next bit of shoot. Terminators here in the rocks. I'm going to shoot at the Redemptor. They're going to shoot into the Repulsor Executioner. They've got the reroll hits and wounds, and the devastating wounds as well, because the bolters are psychic. So I'll start off with the shot from the Sorcerer Terminator armor. This is anti-tank weapon, so it's good. So 3 shots, hitting on, it's 2s or 3s, but I'll have to, it's re-rolling because it's psychic, so it doesn't matter anyway. So 3 hits, then wounding on 4s, doing devastating wounds, so re-rolling that because it's psychic. So that is just 9, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, 6 mortal wounds. I'll double check that they are 2 each. I think they are. Well, yeah, it's it was anti-vehicle 4 and 2 wounds, 2 damage each, devastating wounds. So puts it down to 10. The Sorcerer in there, so he gets 3 shots actually. He's in the Terminator. All miss, but re-rolling. 2 hits, and then wounding on. This is wounded on 6s. 1, but then re-rolling. So just 1 goes straight through because it's devastating.
Alright, okay. Down to 9.
Yes. And then I'll get back with, I'll tell you what, I'll quickly do the missile rack. No, I won't, because I need to see what strength it is. So yeah, missile rack. Sending it home into the Repulsor Executioner. 2 shots. Both hit. Strength 10, so looking 5 and 6s. Just 1 at -2. So
Hit 5 or 6. Yeah, make
nice, he makes
it.
it.
The same. My goodness.
So all the bolters going into the Repulsor Executioner. Let's go 4 each, and there's 6 of them in there. I'll get back to you. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do the re-rolls on camp. Yep. 7 6s are lethals, which I kind of didn't want. I'm better off re-rolling all these, trying to get the devastating wounds, because these are now psychic bolters. So, wounded on 6s. So far, we have 3 that go through. And then I'll re-roll these. I'm looking for more of them 6s. Oh, one went out. But no more 6s, so you take 3, and then you've got 3, 4, 6, 7 saves. 7 at -1, so...
7 4-ups, mate.
Yeah.
So it takes...
Not bad.
So it's down to 3.
So yeah, it took 6 damage here. And you'll be glad to know I don't think anything else can see that. So I'll have a look what I can shoot next. So next bit of shooting, this unit of rubrics are in range with the repulsor. These can't see anything else, so they're both just going to go into the repulsor. So I've got the Predator, which has the autocannon and the 2 heavy bolters. It's also got a Havoc thingy, but what's the range of that?
48.
Also that I'll shoot at it as well. And I've got a las cannon here. So let's start with the Hellbrutes las cannoner. For 1 shot, misses. That happens every time with that las cannon. The auto cannon gets 4 shots, I believe. Hitting on 3s. They all hit. And strength 9.
So 5s.
So 5s. Just 1 -1.
1, I believe, it's got a bit of cover, so it'll be just 3 plus 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright.
Nice. And then these 2 heavy bolters. So 3s. These are sustained, it's 1. So the 2 6s go back in. And then wounded on 6s, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 at -2. So
Yeah.
these are Inferno.
Oh, these so the -1s, 4s. Yeah, it takes 2 damage, mate.
Nice. And then the Havoc. Might as well just not even bother with this one, but 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounded on 6s. No. And that is shooting. So I'm just going to have a look. Maybe get back to some charges. The Terminators, I wanted to make a 9-inch charge into the Repulsor Executioner. So try and finish it off. I really love this to go through, but can't have it all. It goes through. No, they've still got plenty left. They've still got plenty left, Rich. Yeah. So after charge, it looks something like this, because I put one of the Terminators up here because I wanted him to have some cover. So he couldn't make the charge, he didn't make the charge, he didn't bother piling in because obviously he'd have had to die. So these 4, I'll start off with the Spiring Sorcerer. So 4 attacks with his psychic weapon thing. 3 hits. I need 6s for devastating wounds. So none yet. Richard, it's looking good for you so far.
Don't make me regret not using my
Next guy. Oh no! So I think he hits on 3s. This is the Lord guy. I'll just quickly double check. So the Dream's still alive for Richard. It is hitting on 3, so only 2 go through. Looking for 6s. Oh no! Yeah. So just 2 Capeshas. Hitting on 3s. And then wounding on 6s as well. It's a tough tank. Tough tank. Nothing. So the Terminators don't do the damage to it, but have tied it up. Can you fall back and shoot? I know you can shoot in combat anyway, but it is -1, isn't it? Yeah.
It's -1 anyway. It's bracketed.
Yeah, very true. So yeah, I'll take it. Your attack's back. We'll do that off camera.
Cool.
And that'll be my turn. So Rich hit back and nothing happened. So gauge on all fronts I'm going to get rid of for a CP. So I'm on 1. At the beginning of Richard's turn, it'll put me on to 2. Containment, with my Zangors, I got the 3 points there. So it's 4 to Richard, 3 to me. Richard won't get any primary going into Richard's turn 2. So Space Marines, turn 2. Recover assets and cleanse. So lots of actions need to happen. Cover assets, basically, in Richard's deployment zone, no man's land. In my deployment zone, he needs to do an action in each one. If he does 2 of them zones, he gets 3 VP. If he gets all 3, he gets 6, which he's going to get the big 6 here. Cleanse, objective markers in no man's land, you do an action on them. If you get 1, you get 2 VP. If you get 2, you get 4. So and you're going to get max on... Oh, sorry, you're only going to get 2 on them because you're not going to do it with your guys in the middle now.
Yeah, I'll see how the shooting phase goes, mate, because you don't have to declare right at the beginning of the phase, do you? Just choose to not shoot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I can just see how the shooting goes.
So literally it says your shooting phase. So
so if the Terminators do well, like we said, then maybe the Inceptors will do it, but I doubt it.
Right.
I'll probably just go for the 2.
Yeah, so movement-wise, basically, you've left that in combat, yeah. This move forward to cleanse this objective. I overwatched it with this unit, because he's got a really good flamer. and it was on 8 wounds, it's down to 3. I was hoping to pop that, but you can't have it all. This unit have jumped out in that case. They were going to stay in, but then they'd been -1 to hit now, so they've jumped out. Orpha moment is on these Terminators, and he's done the big Orpha moment that you get.
Yeah, I've got Extremis level threat on them as well, so I'll re-roll hits and wounds against them this turn.
Nice, I like it. So you really want some Terminators gone. The Inceptors have jumped in. They've just landed on this objective, and obviously you can land within 3 if they wanted, so it doesn't matter if they're within 9. The Terminators have dropped in, because they wanted to be shooting these rubrics. What are these called again? The Reavers have dropped in. They're going to start doing the I can't remember what it's called. Secondary. Yeah,
I've got recover assets there, and there. That's all 3 sections of the board.
So Blade Guard jumped out with this repulsor, recovering assets there, and the Stern Guard Vets jumped out the repulsor and recovered assets here. So they've got all 3 of the board, like Rich says. You've got lots of firepower coming into my units. This tank's within 18 of them, so it can shoot them now. So I think this is going to be a really big hit back. I'm just hoping I can weather this storm if I want to stay in this game. Rich is going to be massively running away with points here as well. So on to the shooting phase. So after much deliberation, Rich has decided that he's not going to cleanse. Again, you don't have to decide yet. You could just decide in your shooting phase, but
yeah,
Rich really wants a tank shock with that. It's a lot better at tank shocking now. It gets 9 dice instead of like the 6 what I think it did get. So you could kill a Terminator with that, and you really want to wipe this unit so I don't get to attack this tank and potentially kill it. So for now, you're thinking about sacking it off. So
if my executioner point blank just annihilates this unit, then I'll change my mind.
Yeah.
So I'll start my shooting phase with this because it's got no other target.
See how it goes.
It could shoot out, to be fair.
Yeah.
I want
them
dead. So
fair play. So onto the executioner's shooting. So first bit of shooting, he's shooting his big gun into the Terminator's point blank range. -1 to hit, and because of the Terminator's roll, -1 to wound. But re-rolling hits, re-rolling wounds.
Yeah, so it's going to be 4s and 3s, this.
Yeah.
So both miss, so it's a good start.
Yeah.
Both, get rid of those dice, we don't like them. And then we've got the Gatling cannon, so it's 4s.
Looking good.
Yeah, and then these are going to be wounded on 4s, which 6s are devastating wounds.
Yeah. So if I've killed Terminator and put 1 onto 2 wounds.
Yeah, I'm going to reroll all these
of
again.
Course.
For more 6s. It's another devastating wound, and then you've got
2 saves.
2 saves, yeah.
So 2 2-ups or another dead Terminator. So 1 dead, 1 on, 1 wound. So all the rest of the guns went at the Terminators. There's 2 dead and 1 down to 2 wounds. So 4 left. Do you know where you want to shoot next?
I'll do the impulsor into your Zangor Enlightened.
Yeah. Have you got the dice ready?
Well, I do, mate, but I can't remember if this thing's 8 shots or not. You should know.
It is 8 shots.
It is 8 shots, isn't it? So that's 8 shots, hitting on 4s now because it's bracketed.
Yep.
So that's 3 hits, and then it's got anti-fly, so it doesn't matter, it's going to be 4s. It's twin linked though, isn't it?
I don't think so.
I don't think it is, actually.
So 1 wound there, yeah?
Just the 1, yeah.
No minus, so it's
no
a
minus.
4.
Yeah. So it's one of them. Then I've got another stubber in there. Oh, 2 meters. That is 3 hits. 2 wounds again. No minuses.
So 2 forks. 2 mogul fruit.
Yeah. And then it's got 2 storm bolters, which I'm not sure if it's in 12-inch range, mate. We have to check for you. I think I was when you started shooting, so
right.
It's got 2 of them as well, hasn't it? So
2 storm bottles, yeah.
So only 2 hits, mate. 1 wound.
1 wound, so 1 fork save. Makes it
cool.
So all these plasma weapons are going into this Rubik squad led by the Infernal Master. All overcharging.
Yeah, so hit on 3s, 6s automatically wound because of the lieutenant.
Yep.
So I get 3 automatic wounds.
Nice.
Get 3 misses, and then these will be wounded on 2s.
Yep.
So that's 6 AP minus 3, and then I've got 5. What do you call them to tech?
Yeah.
Hazardous checks to make. So I lose 1, and on a 3+ he'll fire. He does. So he'll fire at them as well.
Nice. So you can shoot twice, yeah?
Yeah.
That's decent, that like.
Causes 2 more, so you've now got 8 minus 3 damage 2.
7, 8. So minus 3 damage 2. So it'll be minus 2 because they're in cover. So 5 ups. I'll do 5 first. So 3 die, and then we have 2 more here. So 5 ups. So it's just the sorcerer left. Not he's dead as well, so it just leaves the Infernal Master left. Nasty. Next bit of shooting is the Terminators going into this front Rubik squad, led by the Exalt Sorcerer on foot. So let's do it.
So I'll start with the Assault Cannon. I've played a stratagem, which is for the first company detachment, where you get +1 to hit, and if you're below half strength, you get +1 to wound as well.
Nice.
But it's just Assault Cannon hitting on 2s. Of course, I rolled 1s. And then it's going to be 3s to wound, but 6s are devastating.
Yep.
So it's just 2 armor saves for you, mate.
2 arm saves, so 2 free ups. 1 saves, 1 fails.
Stormbolters.
Wounded on 4s, I believe.
On 4s, yet. Oh, that was awful.
Oh my God.
3.
3. You know where your Inceptors are going to be shooting. 3s.
Oh, well.
Fill 2. So 1 dead, 1 on 1 wound. Yeah. So Inceptors next, shooting the same unit.
Yeah, so freeze and freeze. Mm-hmm. These have got sustained hits too, though, haven't they?
Yeah, I have no idea, mate. You're asking the wrong person.
Oh, what is going on with my dice today? So that's 3 hits, and then two more go in, and then they miss.
Yep.
These wound on freeze, re-rolling. Yeah, so
nice.
That, I believe they're AP -1 as well. So.
AP -1 as well, yeah?
Yeah.
So 5 4-ups. I can roll these all these together, I think. So 2 go through. Is this 2 damage or 1?
No, it's just 1 damage, mate.
So 1 more dead, 1 on 1 wound. So the last bit of shooting would be the Repulsor. Also, I rapid ingress these Terminators at the end of Richard's turn. That was planned. I forgot to mention to Rich I had a CP. Richard being so kindly to let me do that, because the only thing it would have changed is nothing, because the Terminator, everything can't see him aside from the Terminators, and he wouldn't have shot Terminators into Terminators for the 2-up save, so it just wouldn't have changed anything basically. But the Repulsor is now changed its target and is going to go into them. Yep. So, your dice ready?
Yeah. The Hunter Slayer missile first.
Yep.
It hits.
Nice.
It wounded. It's -3.
And that's with a -1 to wound, yeah, for Terminators.
Yes, it's strength 14.
Strength 14, yeah, so it'd be 2, so 3s, yeah. Cool. So 4 Pinvunt, he saves it.
They've got a character in them, have they?
No, it's just the Terminator ability, that.
Alright. But they just get -1 to wounds, even if they're not there by character?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's just their ability.
Oh, that's just their ability, right?
Yeah.
The Heavy Bolter.
Yep.
2 hits. 1 wound. 1 wound, -1.
-1, so 3 up.
Yeah, 2 damage.
2 damage. So 1 on, 1 wound remaining.
The Onslaught Gatling Cannon.
Looking for 6s here.
Yeah, looking for 6s.
These devastating wounds.
There's 2 devastating.
So 1 dead,
2 armor saves.
2 wounds. I've got 2 ups. Oh!
Lovely.
Can you believe it? So 2 dead so far. That's really nasty.
The defensive array.
Yep. Lighten them up.
One's on 5.
Yep.
You've got 5 armor saves to make.
5 to make. 5 2-ups. Yeah. So 2 dead. So not bad. So that's all you're shooting, I believe.
That's all my shooting done with me.
So on to the charge phase. So first bit of charging, Terminators, and you want to go into Hellbrute, yeah?
Yeah.
Do it.
Nope.
7. Reroll.
Yep.
Your captain.
Nope, they're not in.
So anything else you want to charge?
Yeah, my Impulsor.
Yeah.
Charge Terminators. Yeah, it's in.
You want a tank shock? Is that
It's
right?
going to tank shock, yeah. Do you want me to just roll for them while we're doing it?
You might as well. Might as well.
Whatever they're called. Yeah,
they're in as well. Cool.
I'll do the Impulsors tank shock.
Yeah, go for it. Might as well keep it running.
5s and 6s. Not just the 1, mate.
Just the 1, yeah.
That was terrible.
1 down to 1 wound.
Yeah, you'll just reverse in like that.
So first bit of combat is all these hell blasters into the Terminators.
So I might as well start with the Lieutenant with his Mastercrafted Power Sword. So he missed 3 times, but I've got Awful Moment on here.
Yep.
So he missed once, and then he wounds on a 4. And then because I've got the special thing on you from the chat thing, that's 3 -2, so 3 invulnerable saves.
3 follow-ups. There's 1-on-1 wound there.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So he strikes down 2 Terminators.
Yeah, they're 2 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. So next is the Marines.
The Marines, yeah, so 3s and 5, should I say. But I get to reroll everything.
Yep.
So that's 2 misses, and then he's wounded on 5s. So it's 3 so far.
And rerolling. Death by 1,000 cut 2, I think.
Just 3, mate. 4, sorry.
4, 2-ups. Alright there.
Yeah, cool.
Lieutenant.
I've done him.
You've done him. Cool. Just the Impulsor.
Yeah, hitting on 5s with rerolls. Missed. 1 wound. Yeah, wounded. No hit.
2-up.
Yeah,
He's alright. Hits back. I've decided to go for this unit. I know the tank's on 3 wounds and that one's on 3 wounds, but I might be able to get that possibly with some shooting in my turn. So, yeah, let's see what I can do with this unit. Richard's played Armour Contempt, so you're on 1 CP left, right?
Yes.
And I'm on none at the minute. So, the Aspiring Sorcerer, hitting on 3s. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Just 1, -1. Technically your normal save.
Yeah, so a 3-up save. Yeah, made it.
Nice. And then the other Sorcerer. So 4 hits. Oh, and then wounding
Does he
on.
only give lethal hits to shooting?
I don't know. Let me double check that and I'll be back. Yeah, so Richard raised a good point. He gives lethal hits in combat, which would have been really good against the tank. So apologies, people, but I'll remember for next time.
Well, no, but you needed the devastating wounds anyway with your.
Yeah, that's true. So you could have saved them anyway. So that makes up for a little bit. So 2 go through. I've got 2 more wounds on 3s. So just 1 more. So you've got 3 saves, a 3-up.
3 3-ups, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you kill a Hellblaster.
D3, so I might not even kill one.
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah,
And that is my attacks back. So just your Impulsor, Repulsor.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. A really good hit back, to be fair, from Richard. He's got Recover Assets for max 6 VP. He's going to get rid of that for a CP. It's putting you up to 3, I believe. There's 3, there it is. So loads of CP, loads of VP, really good hit back. So I'm going to be against the ropes a bit in 1,000 Suns, turn 2. So 1,000 Suns, turn 2. I get 5 victory points for that primary objective I hold. I draw Secure No Man's Land and Overwhelming Force. Basically, if I hold 1 objective in No Man's Land, I get 2 points. If I hold 2, I get 5. And that's kill units off objectives. Start turn range. So they just have to be range of an objective marker. So hopefully 2 good secondaries. Movement. Kallax has came over here to get in the action. He's probably going to try and charge these. These pass Battle Shock and they're going to try and Doom Ball this and kill it. Hopefully. The Infernal Master stayed put. He's going to try and Flamer this tank. Then these over here have stayed put. They're going to probably try and shoot the Terminators. These have moved in here to grab this objective and shoot this unit here. The Hellbrute has moved forward towards the Terminators. This unit of Terminators have moved forward towards the Terminators. So 5 inch off the Terminators, 4 inch off this unit here. And the Predator and this unit have stayed put because they're going to be shooting into Terminators. So ideally, get rid of Terminators. Get rid of them off an objective, clear this up, and hopefully free my Terminators, but see how it goes. Also, I healed one of these, so I got a, sorry, not healed, I got a model back in that unit for the Sorcerer's ability. This Sorcerer's going to use his ability now to try and slow down the movement on, the only thing you can see is the Terminators, so let's try and do it on them. So, roll a dice. Oh, great. Rich? I do D3 units to myself. D3, mortal wounds to myself. I do 1.
Who's done that?
My Sorcerer. I tried slowing you down, but he decided to hurt himself instead.
Okay, yeah.
So
have you done your Doom Bolt as the first start?
Doom Bolt, I haven't done that yet.
You have to do it at the start of your turn, don't you?
Yeah, but so is that at the start, so it's 6 and 2 freeze really.
Alright, okay.
So Doomball, this is going to be from this Terminator.
So basically anything, I need you to roll a 1.
I need a 2+, and he gets a 2+.
So that destroys it, yeah?
D3 +3 into the, the Impulsor Executioner.
Yeah, do I explode? No.
Close. So Doomball done, all the beginning of the shooting phase stuff done. So into the shooting phase. First bit of shooting is going to be the flamer from him into this tank here, the Impulsor. So 2d6, all hits. Oh, it was nearly a 6 there. So it's 5. And I'm looking for 6s here.
With rerolls, right?
Oh, no, so he's not a rubrics, yeah. So it'd just be 5s and 6s, hurt it, but 6s are mortals. So just 3 saves at -2.
3 saves at -2, so 5s and 6s, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, it's alive on a wound.
Live on a wound, great. So I might as well shoot my 2 Zangors into it. I'll just quickly check.
How come they didn't move?
I don't know, to be honest. I thought Kallax will go and grab that objective. There was no reason for them to move, really. So they're just chilling. So can the Zangors get themselves a kill? 4 shots, looking for 6s for lethals. Nope. 1 hits, and then 5 and 6s. Nope. That's a sad day to be a Zangor. Demon Prince is going to try his luck now. 6 shots, a hit on 2s. So 1 miss. But then wounding on 5 and 6s. Can we take down an Impulsor? Surely. There's 3 at -1, yeah.
Yeah, so 4s. Yeah, takes it out. Does it
blow?
explode? It does explode, so it's D3 to you.
Yep.
You take 2, D3 to your Terminators.
Yep.
3, and then D3 to me. 2 to me as well. So I'll lose 1 of my dudes. You lose your Terminator.
I take 2 on the Kallax. Next bit of shooting is this unit in the ruins, and the shooting into the Inceptors. So I'll do the rubrics first because I can't remember what the other guy gets. The Exalt Sorcerer. So he needs to pick someone to reroll 1s to hit against. They're within 18. Would you check for us, Rich? They are within. I might as well do it against them. So the bolters, I get 2. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. No. And then wounding on, what's your toughness? 6, yeah? So wounding on 5 and 6s. So you got 2 saves at -. I'll just quickly double check what that. Yeah, it was a 2, so I don't get to re-roll that. So Rich, you've got 2 saves at -1.
Okay. I get no cover, right?
Nah.
Fail 1, pass 1.
Yep, so 1 takes a wound.
Goes down to 2.
Nice, and then the Soul Reaper. I'll tell you what, I'll do the Sorcerer's power. So hitting on 3s, both hits. Looking for 4s, and then reroll the 1. That's just 2 devastating wounds.
So what do you want?
The Bowfather, it's my anti-infantry 4.
Alright, so you kill an Inceptor, yeah?
Kill an Inceptor.
Okay.
The Soul Reaper. 1 misses. Then wounding on 3s. Toughness 6, you say?
Yeah.
Wounding on 4s. Looking for 6s. Rerolling the 1. Nice. So you've got 2 saves at -1. And then 2.
What's that from?
That's for the Soul Reaper.
The Strength 6, are they?
Strength 6, yeah.
Alright.
So 2 saves, -1.
Yeah.
1 6 of wounds.
Take out another.
Take out another.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, the Exalt Sorcerer with his weapon. So D6 shots, 4, hitting on 2s, all hit, and then wounding on Strength 6, so 4s. That one's devastating, so 2 saves at -2. Yeah, so basically D3 each. Kills the last Inceptor. Good night. Over here, I need to thin these ranks because Rich has a lot going on this side of the table still. So basically, I need rid of the Terminators. Hellbrute, shooting all his weapons, so his flamer and his last cannon into the Terminators. So, starting with the last cannon. Oh, and Rich has popped again. I missed the last cannon.
Boy, that dreadnought.
Oh, he's some boy. Rich has popped a strat where he gets a 5 up feeling no pain.
It's not strat, it is enhancement.
All right, nice. So, so this is the flamer. So 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 5, so 4s. Just 1 at -1.
Yeah, feel it.
Still no pain.
Feel it.
He feels it. He feels it. So Predator, now opening fire, same unit. So I'll start off with the bolters because there's 1 on 2 wounds there. So 6 shots. This is hitting on 3s. Oh, drop 1. Let me roll that here. 3 ones there. So 3 hits, no sustained. And then wounding on 4s. Just 1, and that is at -3.
-3, yeah? So 4 plus. Yeah, fails it.
2 damage.
2.
Then feel no pains coming into play for you. The big autocannon, so hitting on 3s. Oh, that's what I like to see. Doesn't have sustained or lethal out like that, does it? An autocannon, I'm sure it does.
Doesn't it got that rule where it gets better AP?
Yeah, it gets better AP, same as the bolter. So, wounded on strength 9, so wounded on 3s. So that is 5 saves at -2.
Yeah, so 4s. So plus 2.
3 damage a pop.
So the first Terminator takes. So then he's got 3 more. So then that kills that Terminator.
Last one.
And then you see leave the Terminator. So you kill 1 and leave 1 on 1 wound.
Nice. Rubrics are just going to go into the same unit of Terminators. So you get lethal hits for that sorcerer, and I need to check for the sorcerer's power. I'll check that after I've shot the rubric. So I'll start off with the aspiring sorcerer in the unit. So hitting on 3s. Anti-infantry 4. These are devastating. So 2, 5 at feel no pains.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
still that 1 on 1 wound.
Still 1 on 1 wound, yeah.
Then the Soul Reaper. So 6 shots. 3 miss, and then wounding on 3s. So 2 saves at -1.
Okay. Yeah.
Total save, nice. And then the bolters. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and then a pistol. Oh, no, I can't shoot the pistol because he uses psychic. So bolters, get on 3s.
Are these rapid firing?
No, they just get 2 shots. These don't have rapid fire.
Guns,
that 6 goes through because it's just lethal. And then wounding on 5 and 6s. Rerolling. Well, there you go.
So 4 saves, yeah?
Oh, and I've been forgetting this all the time. 6s for rubrics are actually an extra AP. So you've got that's there at -2, and then there's 2 at -1. Sorry, everybody watching.
All right, the blue ones are 4 pluses.
Yep.
Yeah, so I take 2 wounds.
Yeah. Do you want to do the feel no pain?
Feel no pain.
Nice. Don't do anything. Sorcerer left shooting at this unit. 2d6 shots. 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So hitting on 3. Well, it could be 2s. Do you know what? I best double check that best enough. So yeah, hitting on 2s. This is sustained hits 3, but no 6s. And then we're wounding on strength 5, toughness 5. So yeah, so you've got 3 saves at -1, and you've got 1 at -2.
Okay. So
sorry, the one at -2 just don't save because it's devastating. So 3 at -1.
Yeah, so fill 1 of them.
Fill 1. That's just 1 wound, and then another wound goes through. So you've got 2 5 at fill no pains.
Yeah, so take a wound.
Take a wound. So next bit of shooting this unit into the Terminators. So I'll start with the Sorcerer. This is the Aspiring. Hitting on not that. Then we've got a Soul Reaper. You've got 1 on 1 wound, right?
2 wounds.
1 on 2, yeah. That makes a difference here. So they're hit. Then wounding on 3s. Rerolling the 1. So you've got 3 saves at -1, and then 1's just a devastating.
Yeah, 3 free ups. Yeah, so it's 2 feel no pains.
Yep.
Yeah, so you've done 1 wound.
1 set of wounds. Then we've got the bolters. That's 3 hits. Trying to make sure I haven't missed anything. So that's 1 wound at -1.
Yeah, free up. Yeah.
Nice. And then the Sorcerer, he's got a flamer, so D6, just 2, and wounding on 3s. That's devastating, and that's -2.
You've got 4 plus. Yep.
Nice. So the devastating D3. Oh, just the 1. But he
so
does
you
get
kill off
through.
that Terminator.
So not as good as I wanted to do with that unit, but I've still got that unit of 3 Terminators left, and then that'd be shooting. So my free Terminator shooting, I've got 1 CP, and I'm also using my Cabal, my last 6 for a free strat. Well, technically -1 to the strat, but it's only 1 CP. So yeah, them 3 are going to be shooting into these. All the bolts are going to be psychic and re-rolling psychic weapons for hits and wounds. So into the Terminators, let's see what we can do. So I'll just go with the, I'll tell you what, I'll start with the psychic power from the Aspiring Sorcerer. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling because it's psychic. And then wounding on anti-infantry 4, and then re-rolling because it's psychic. So far that is flat 3 mortal wounds, so 5 ups.
Yes, you kill the last Terminator to leave the captain alive.
The last Terminator, so then the bolters, I'm hoping to finish off the captain. So I've got 3 bolters. Let's see if we can hurt him. So hitting on 3s and re-rolling because the psychic. And then wounding on strength 4, so wounding on 5 and 6s, but I'm fishing for these 6s because they're mortal wounds. So I get 2 so far, or 3 so far. I might as well re-roll everything. Oh, so that is
2 armor saves, yeah?
2 armor saves of 3 up.
Yeah. He makes both of them and he's got 6 feel no pains, yeah?
Yep.
6 feel no pains. Yeah, I think he's got a live on a wound, I think.
Live on a wound, yeah? Mm-hmm. Lovely. So 3 charges going to be happening. Hellbrute needs a 3 into the captain. Terminators need a 4 into the Reavers. And Kallax needs a 4 into the, whatever they're called, Hellblasters. So I'll tell you what, I'll start with Kallax needs a 4. So he's in. The Hellbrute needs a 3. So he's well and truly in. And then the Terminators need a 4. So they're in. So charges across the board. We'll get back to you in the fight phase. So first bit of combat, the Demon Prince is going to be hitting these Hellblasters. I'm going to do his big attack. So I can try and get through to his lieutenant, who only has 4 wounds because he's a 4 damage. You have played the Armor Contempt.
I have, mate, yeah.
So hit on 2s. So they all hit.
Not a good start, mate.
Not a good start for you. Wounded on strength. What did we say it was?
You said 9.
Strength 9. That's correct. So he gets an extra pip of strength on it. So
2s.
Win on 2s. So that one you do at the end. So you need to basically pass. That was a hit. So you need to pass 5 -1 technically now.
5 -1, yeah. So the first 3 4-ups.
Yep.
So that kills off 2, whatchamacallums.
So 2 more.
So then the sergeant of the Hellblasters is dead. So
then you make one for your lieutenant.
Doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter because that's devastating for.
So even if I passed this, then the lieutenant would be alive, right? Or the CP rerolled it, I mean.
No, because they're all dead now. So it's only the lieutenant left. You got to save on the lieutenant. You've still got 1 save on the lieutenant left.
Yeah. So no. I've just failed his save.
Yeah.
So if the CP reroll it,
and he survives,
yes.
And then you still need to roll another save for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my lieutenant could be potentially alive, yeah?
Potentially, if you can pass the re-roll and then the last save, and then he'd have that as well.
Yeah, well, that would kill him, wouldn't it? So I'd need to pass 2 more 4-ups and use a
basically,
to keep the lieutenant alive.
And you wouldn't be able to interrupt either.
I'm not interrupting anyway.
Right, fair enough.
I was contemplating keeping the CP re-roll for the captain.
Right, yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you're still recording me because I can't tell what to do.
Yeah, I'll come.
2,000 years later.
So Richard has decided that he doesn't trust that he's going to roll 2 4-ups, so basically I kill the squad. Let's see if you would have rolled the 4-ups, Rich. So there's 1. So next bit of combat, Richard isn't interrupting, and you've used a free strat on this guy to minus my damage by 1.
Yeah.
So it's only 2 damage now. You've got 1 wound left. So that wouldn't actually make it. Oh no! If you want to
feel no pain.
Oh, that's it. Is feeling no pain just built into him? Oh,
yes, it's his enhancement.
Nice. So let's see if I can take that last wound off. So Hellbrute, 5 attacks, hitting on freeze. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. That's 4 wounds. -2.
Yeah,
2
falls.
Oh!
Yeah, so I'll use the CP reroll.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I just rolled 2 4s in a row, so that's not going to happen, is it?
No,
so
not.
That means you do 2 damage to me.
So you need to do 2 5 ups.
I need 2 5 ups to keep him alive. Nah, guys.
Unlucky, man.
Well,
Really unlucky. So, last combat, these Terminators are going to try and cut through these Reavers. So I'll start for the Sorcerer, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, and then wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound. That's -1.
Yep.
D3. Not just 1. And then the 2 Terminators. Oh, I've got to fire my missile at your Terminator squad. With the
Terminator squad that's not alive anymore.
Yeah.
Nightmare, mate.
So 5 hits.
F in chat for Sam. Wiping it out.
Wounding you on freeze. That is 3 more saves. These are at -2.
Yeah, so you take out 2, I assume?
That's 2 dead. Reavers attacking back with their knives. Trying to stab some.
So the lieutenant, he gets 2 lethals, and then he got 4 hits, because they're also sustained hits.
Nice.
5s. So he caused 3 armor saves for your squad.
That's not twin link, no?
It's not twin link, no.
So 2 ups. Right.
The sergeant's knife, 2 lethals, 3 armor saves again.
2 ups. No.
Yep, sound. And then I've got 2 dudes. 1 wound.
2 up.
Yep.
Nope. End of my turn. That was a really strong turn. Everything kind of going off and more than I wanted, to be honest. It's Human No Man's Land. I get for 5. Overwhelming Force, I get for 5 as well. So 10 points on secondaries. Going into Richard's turn 3. Right, start of Space Marines turn 3. Richard still hasn't got primary. They've been denied on this battlefield so far. But secondary, Sabotage, Storm Hostile Objective. So Richard, tell me about these cards because I haven't read them yet.
Sabotage is pick a scenery piece that's not in your deployment zone. You'll get 3 points if it's in no man's land, and you get 6 points if it's in your opponent's deployment zone. I'm not bothering going for it because it's not happening. Yeah. So I'm just going to go for Storm Hostile Objective, hopefully.
Yep, take an objective off me, yeah.
Hopefully, mate. Yeah.
And you get 4 points for that, yeah.
I believe so, mate.
Cool. So you're going for Storm Hostile Objective. What have you done movement wise?
Not much. So Blade Guard have moved into the ruin. Put Awful Moment on his squad right in front of them.
Yep.
You've locked my repulsor in combat with your Hellbrute that consolidated into it. My Stern Guard have moved up, and my Reavers have fell back.
Yeah, so basically you're taking this objective off me, you're getting 4 points for it.
That's correct, mate, yeah.
I like it. So into the shooting phase. So strat being played, grenades for 1 CP, leaving Richard on 1.
From the Blade Guard.
6 dice, any 4s are mortal wounds.
Yeah. So 4 mortal wounds to the
Nasty.
1,000 Suns.
So that's 2 rubrics dead and 1 on 1 wound. So shooting into him with heavy bolt pistols from the Blade Guard.
Let's go. Both missed, re-roll. Both missed. Nice one.
Lovely.
The Neo Volkite. Missed, re-roll. Missed, alright, okay. The Absolver Pistol. Hit.
Thank God.
5. Wounded, yeah, that's
Nice.
-1 damage 2.
-1 damage 2, so 4 up. Phils, I might as well re-roll that for the for my free well, I've got 2 Cabal points left, so that's with that. Yep. So
okay,
1 dice.
Zone's that injured one.
Shooting is the Stern Guard veterans, all shooting into the same target.
So another Absolver Pistol from the Chaplain. Hit. Wounded, it's another -1, 2 damage.
-1, so I do get cover now, so 3 up.
Yeah.
Alright. A load of Stern Guard bolters finding the way home into these 2 sorcerers left.
The bolt rifles. Rerolls are supposed to get you hit, aren't they? 2, mate.
2, yeah.
AP. Oh, wait, 1 was a 6 there, wasn't it? That's a devastating wound.
Nice, so 1 goes through.
Just an armor save.
Armor save, 3 up. So 1 takes a wound. Bolter.
1 hit, because 1 hit on a 4.
Right.
Didn't wound.
Oh, reroll ones, yeah.
What's these rerolls about?
So next bit of shooting, the repulsor is putting everything into this unit of 2 sorcerers. 1 rubric aspiring and the exalted. So I really want to survive this because I don't want Richard to take me off this objective and charge my next unit behind him.
Heavy onslaught.
Rerolling.
Sixes is what I want ideally. So that's a devastating wound.
Yep.
And 4 armor saves for you.
So that's I'll do the 4 armor saves first, I believe. So
yes,
it'll be a 3 up, 3 up. That's want him dead.
Yeah.
I'm even tempted to CP, you know, and try and keep these lads around. I am gonna 3 up. No, so he's dead. I've got 2 more on the right. So 3 ups, yep, and then he takes a wound. So he's down to 4 wounds remaining. Obviously, with it being an aspiring sorcerer, it was just a 0 damage strat. Obviously, there'd be no point in re-rolling it. It's just basically 0 damage. So this guy's still on 5 wounds, but we've got the rest of the shots coming through.
Let's go. Re-roll them. Yeah, of course. Wounded him, -1 damage 2.
-1, so 3 up. Go through, 2 damage. He's down to 3 wounds remaining. What else have you got to go through?
Defensive array.
Yep, so this could get him. Defensive array, last bit of shooting into this Exalted Sorcerer. 3 wounds left. Just need to chew through 3 wounds. Rerolling. I mean, this on paper should be doable. Go on, Richard.
But he's toughness 4, correct?
Toughness 4.
Yeah. So that's 5.
Oh, this is
5, 8, 10. What's that? So there's 9 armor saves for him.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I just fill...
Statistically, you should die.
Oh, yeah. So if I fill...
It's your dice rolling.
Not usually that this... he just died. He just died.
Get out of my face.
He's dead,
Richard. Thing in the game, hooray for me.
Richard, this is what happens because there's been that much corruption in this cathedral. As soon as you step in here, things go wrong. You saw what happened to your Redemptor. He came into the corrupted cathedral. There's a big warp portal just sucking things off.
Exactly. If I can get an 11 here.
Charging. He needs an 11.
For lulz, if I can get 11, they'll charge the Hellbrute. Yeah, that's 2 1s is 11, right?
Technically.
And then the lads in the centre, they need a 7 to make their charge. And
they're in. The main business. So, combat. All the Blade Guards using a stratagem called Duty and Honour.
Duty and Honour, yeah.
So you can +1 to hit against this unit, so they're hitting on 2s. Also, the Blade Guard stance he's went with is the reroll 1s to hit. So, should be able to slice and dice this Rubric squad. But it is Richard.
Yeah.
Right, so he's using his Judicious Enhancement, which basically that unit get an extra attack each model. So lots of attacks coming in from the Blade Guard.
So his enhancement, he always has +1 attack, and then he can pop it for a phase to give his unit +1 attack. So this is 15 attacks from the Blade Guard, hitting on 2+ because of stratagem, and I'm going to pick the reroll 1's fight stance. Mm-hmm. So 2's reroll and 1's. So 1 miss, which hits. That's a full house.
This is what you expect from Blade Guard. It's just absolutely tear apart.
And the strength 5, so it should be freeze to wound, yeah?
Yep.
So that is 1. That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible.
How many's up? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah?
7 -2, damage 2.
-2, so 5 ups. How many's in there? 4, is there? 4, 5 ups.
Strike down 3, strike down 4.
So 4 dead. The Sorcerer.
Takes 2 wounds.
Takes 2 wounds. That's perfect for you, isn't it, Rich? So you do this, you can get an extra attacks when you kill him.
So now the Judiciary attacks. Mm-hmm. He gets a full house, and he's strength 7, I believe they are, aren't they?
Nice.
Yeah, strength 7 and devastating wounds. So it's devastating wounds, and then 2 more saves on him.
So if I make 2 invuns, you're saying he's alive, yeah?
But 2 invuns saves.
2 invuns, yeah. What did I roll my last saves for him, actually?
4.
Oh, so he'd save that on his 4 invun. Oh, that whole unit have got a 4 invun. 1 second. So all is back right with the world. There was 5 rubrics in there, not 4, and they've got 4 ping runs. So I look back at the footage, and this is how it looks. So I've got 2 saves from the Judicia, and I've got 1 extra, which is a devastating wound. So 2 forps, my last 2 pass, so it kills basically another rubric. So starting with this sorcerer. So
what's your AP, mate? Is it -1 by any chance?
Yeah.
You might as well play my last CP for animal contempt.
Yeah. I thought you used that on to give them the +1 hit. Your last CP.
Oh yeah, of course. Because these stupid dice are still there.
I know. So this is the sorcerer, the aspiring. So he hits once, he doesn't wound. And then the exalted sorcerer on disc, hitting on 2s, they all hit. And then wounding on strength 6, so 3s. So one of them's devastating. You've got 3 saves at -1.
Yeah, so 3 saves at -1. So 4s. Yep. So Phil.
2d3 basically. First one kills 1. Second one, 2 wounds off 1.
I had 1 wound left.
Around here, I'm going to try and slap the repulsor. Let's try and slap its chops off. Hit on 3s. Misses twice. Wounding on strength 12, toughness 12.
Toughness 12, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be 4s. Just 1. -2. 3 damage.
3 damage off it, down to 11.
Yep. And then 2 attacks back off camera. So end of Richard's turn 3. He's going to get rid of sabotage. So at the beginning of my turn, you'll be on 2. And he's going to keep Storm Hostile Objective, correct?
Yeah, because my Blade Guard win that fight, they'll get it, won't they?
Well, yeah, exactly. So you can actually get that in my... It's at the end of your turn, so it'd still have to be at the end of your next turn.
It's alright.
Yeah.
It's alright. If
Cool.
they're still alive by then, I'll be surprised, like.
Yeah,
Because
cool.
he's going to fall back and that Predator's going to blitz him.
Most probably.
Yeah.
So into 1,000 Suns, turn 3. 1,000 Suns, turn 3. I get Sabotage, which is basically doing action in the terrain piece, in Marked for Death, which basically is Richard picks 3 units, and if I kill one of them 3 units, I get 5 points. If we do it in the terrain piece in No Man's Land, I get 3. If I do it in Richard's deployment zone, I get 6, which I have done. So this Terminate Sorcerer, went over this piece of terrain, he's sabotaging that. 6 points. Richard has picked 3 units, which is this tank, he picked them, and he picked these Reavers. So yeah, basically I need to kill one of them. I'll probably go for the Reavers. I've moved these rubrics here so they can get a line of sight on them. The Terminators can see them. That might as well just stay in combat and keep punching that. This Predator's moved here so I can draw a line of sight onto that unit there. Kallax has moved forward to charge that unit there. And also I've got a lot of firepower aiming at these Blade Guard. But do I have enough actually? I might have to move a Demon Prince towards them maybe to try and wipe them out just in case. And then probably leave them at the back. But I'll get back to you in the shooting phase. First bit of shooting, the Infernal Master is going to be flamering these 3. And as you can see, Kallax is now right behind them because he wants to charge them and shoot them if they survive. So Infernal Master, 2d6 shots, Flamer, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. He doesn't get... He can change one of these to a 6 as well, so I might as well do that while I'm here. So that's 1 devastating wound, and you've got 4 saves at -2.
4 invulnerable saves. Yeah, so Phil, 2 more of them, so what is that, 3 damage in
3
total?
damage, yeah.
Yeah.
So one of them bites the dust, see if the Infernal Master hurts himself. He doesn't. Then we might as well go straight through to the 2 Zangors, Enlightened. So, I've got the Doom Bolt as well. I'm Doom Bolt in, I'll just do it on your tank round there.
Who's doing it?
I'll do it from the Terminate Sorcerer, you see over there.
Okay, yeah.
So, Doom Bolt, oomph. Oh, D3. It does 3 though. That's
Okay,
something. Down to 8. So that's Doom Bolt done. Also, I'm going to be using a free strap. I might save that for the combat phase. Yeah. So, Zangors. Where were we? Hitting on 4s, 6s are lethal. So 2 hits, strength 5, toughness.
Whoa.
Blade Guard.
4.
Toughness 4, so 3s. You've got 2 saves at -1.
Yeah, make one Phil to kill last Blade Guard.
Yes. Into Judas here, 6 shots, hitting on 2s. So 2 fill, and then was this strength 5? Did we say?
Yes.
So strength 5, so 3s, 3 saves, minus
4 ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes 2 damage.
Nice. Into the Reavers, and the missile rack's going into the repulsor. So I'll do a missile rack first. Hit on 3s, both hits. Wounds on 5 and 6s. Just 1 at minus 2.
Yep.
Saves it. Nice. And then all the shots into the Reavers. 4, 8,
What AP are these?
12. These are minus 1.
These are minus 1. Shall I go to ground?
Completely up to you.
Yeah, we'll go to ground.
Nice. So that's basically means you get cover save, right?
Yeah.
And 6 up in front or something, but I don't think. Yeah. So hitting on 3s. A few misses there. And then wounding on 4s. Sorry, my head's going because it's that time of the day.
Is that 3 devastating wounds?
No, these aren't psychic. I didn't use that. So you've got 4 saves.
4 free ups? Yeah. Yep, so take a wound.
Take a wound. Brute, last cannon into the tank, flamer into that unit behind. So the last cannon, can I hit on a 4? He hits. Wounds on a 4. He wounds. Minus 3 is it now?
Yep.
Last cannon?
Yeah, so it gets through.
D6 plus 3, plus 1. 4 damage.
Down to 4.
The flamer. 6 hits. Wounding on 3s. You've got 4 saves at minus 1.
Yep. Yep, so you injure a blade guard.
Unit of rubrics, all going into the Reavers there. So I'll start off with the Sorcerer. Hit on 3s. Wounding on it's 4s. Yeah, that's just devastating. 1 wound.
Yes, you kill a Reaver.
Soul Reaper. What misses? I'd like that to wound. And freeze. Oh no. So 2 saves, minus 1, but no minus technically.
Yeah, so okay.
Yeah, the bolters. 6. So that's 4 hits. And then wounding on 4s. So you've got 1 at AP minus, technically 1, and then 2 at no AP.
So the blue one's a 4 plus.
Yep.
Yep, so I take another wound.
Yep. The Sorcerer's attack, who's leading the unit, into him. So it's 2d6 shots. That's 10. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hitting on 2s, and this is sustained hits 3. So I get no 6s. No 6s. That is a shame. But then wounding on 3s, strength 5. Rerolling 1s because the rubrics. So you've got that
is 2d6 shots hit on 2s, sustained hits 3, and it's strength 6.
Strength 5 it is.
Strength 5.
Yeah.
What?
Minus 2 there, so technically minus 1. So 5 3 ups, 1 4 up. Yeah, it's pretty badass, that, isn't it?
That is a joke. That's what that is. And that's not even hazardous.
No, not hazardous, that.
Right.
You take 1 wound, and then the other one that's minus 2. So 2 wounds.
So Sergeant's left on a wound.
Predator tank, the last bit of shooting is putting everything into that unit of Sternguard vets over there. So let's start with the 2 heavy inferno bolters. So hitting on 3s, that's sustained hits. Is it 2 or 1?
1.
Sustained hits 1, so add that one in. And then we're wounding on 3s. Ooh, not great. So 2 saves, they're at minus 3.
Minus 3, okay. Minus 3, so you kill 2 blade guard, 2 stone guard then.
Nice. And then the other gun, the one on top, 6 shots, it's doing 24, only 3 hits, and then wounding on 2s, 3 saves, this is at minus 2.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you wipe out the stern guard.
Nice. First bit of combat, Terminator's made it, and so did the Demon Prince with the Judas here. Judas used to fight first, so obviously I'll just start here. So let's see if the Terminators can finish off this squad. Start with the Aspiring Sorcerer. All hit. Wounding on 3s. All wound, minus 1.
Yeah, 4s.
D3 damage each. So first one.
So the first one with the sergeant, what just kills him anyway.
The last one, 3.
3 ones on the lieutenant, yeah.
Yep, and then the other 2 weapons from the Capeshas from the Terminators. So 5 hits. This is strength, I believe it's strength 5, so it'll be freeze. 4 more saves at -2.
Yep. Yeah, the lieutenant's dead.
Sweet. So into the Demon Prince. I'm really hoping he survives this so I can slap him back.
I know I've got you on the ropes like Sam.
Yeah, you have got me on the rope. Am I on a CP or not?
I hope not, mate.
I don't think I've used one. I haven't, I'm afraid, Rich.
Right.
So I can just turn one of these to 0, that's all.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll CP reroll that. So yeah, so full house. These are strength 7, so 5s and 6s. Yes, that's 4 devastating wounds, and then that's it.
4 wounds go through, leaving him on 4 remaining. See if I can kill the Judas here. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. I'll tell you what, I'll use that CP to reroll hits and wounds for psychic weapons. So hits. So 5 saves at -2, sir.
Yeah, so 5.
Oh, it'd be
5
6
and 5
saves.
vulnerable saves. He needs to make all of them.
Yep.
He does not make all of them, he dies.
Bye-bye, Judas here. Sorry, Rich. Just got slapped by the tank. Took a wound off, so the Hellbrute's going to try and slap the tank back. So 5 attacks, on 3s, only 2 hits, wounded on 4s, just 1, and that's at -2. I can't kill him, so he's down to 1 wound remaining. End of my turn, I did get 10 primary there, and then I got 6, 5, so 11 secondaries, so a really good turn again, putting me, giving me 21 points there. So on to Richard's turn 4. Let's see what the Space Marines can do. They're on the back foot here. Beginning of Richard's turn 4. Assassination, kill a character. Storm hostile objective.
I achieved that. I killed a character.
So technically he's killed a character. But sadly, Rich, it's an enemy character.
Damn.
So basically we flew through Richard's turn off camera, just to explain what happened. But so Richard threw grenades at the Hellbrute, put it down some wounds, and then this repulsor shot the Hellbrute and killed it. The Hellbrute blew up and took the repulsor's last wound off and did a wound to him, leaving him on 3. And then the repulsor blew up and did 3 wounds onto the javelin, killing the javelin. So Richard, in his turn, has managed to kill his own army. So well done, Rich. Well played, and that really does just sum up your game today.
This is why you don't see people using the first company task force.
We'll talk about it in the roundup. There we have it, mate.
Mate, what was that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we just stopped the game because Rich didn't have any units left. So I genuinely thought we were going to be having this opposite conversation at the end of the game, and I was going to be saying, you've tabled me, and that's just what happens in this game of 40k. I genuinely prepped this this talk in my head before the game, and I'm still doing it, but I never thought it'd be the other way around. I think from turn 1, both your Redemptors dying, such bad rolls from your part and such good rolls from mine with things like Doombolt, getting the 6, and then making the charge with the Terminators into your Repulsor Executioner. I think it was kind of an uphill battle for you from there.
Yeah, your army was safe, then stepped forward, and then everything in your army was in range, and just blitzed my entire everything I could see just got annihilated by re-rolling everything, devastating wounds on everything. Yeah. You rolled your first 2 rolls, the shooting phase was a 6, the Doombolt followed by a 6 for some other psychic ability.
Yeah.
So
I really didn't expect it to go like this. And sometimes it's a bit of a shame when it's such a steamrolling like that. And the list really was a fluffy list. I mean, yours wasn't exactly competitive, but I think it was yin and yang for both lists, and I just wasn't expecting it to go that way. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's a showing for how strong Thousand Suns are. I think that's a showing how good they can be if your dice rolling's that good, and if your opponent's dice rolling's that bad. But I think like things like the Predator, the Hellbrute, things like that aren't that competitive, but they just did really well this game. I'm happy how they performed. In the Demon managed to survive Kalak, so now he's into real space, causing havoc. So you need to come back with something in getting killed.
It won't be a first company task force, I know that much.
How did you find the first company task force? It just
terrible, mate.
Even if your rolls were better, you still think that the detachment itself is...
The detachment gives you one benefit, mate, for one turn, that's it.
Yeah.
No passive buffs that go on throughout the game. Stratagems that only be used on certain units, so you can't benefit your tanks and your extra unit tech. It's just... It's one of those, obviously once you see it used, it's one of those you have to build your entire army around it, and then why would you? Because it doesn't perform. No.
I mean, there was a few good little things in there, like obviously your Terminator's getting 5 up, feel no pains. Is that a first company task force strat?
That is a first company task force enhancement.
Oh, it's an enhancement, that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that's really good. I mean, yeah, like you say, have you done anything different throughout the game besides from roll better?
It's more of the fact that I didn't know how much firepower you actually had.
Yeah,
I didn't know what you could I didn't know what your output was.
Yeah, if
I'd known how much firepower you could have put into those 2 Redemptors, they would have just stood behind that ruin instead.
Yeah, and what, you'd have not moved them in and tried shooting anything?
No.
Because obviously I still could have moved in with my rubrics, and I could have got my Terminators and stuff still in line of sight with them.
That's still what I would have done, just to make
still
you
would have tried,
your hand, but you because of what I did, you were in a perfectly good spot for the rest of the game. You guys, your dudes were behind the ruin, and
you had to sort of come around to me,
go around in that sort of thing. So
I mean, I know what you mean. It was a really interesting game to see, like you say, if you knew the output. Thousand Suns sometimes can look a bit lackluster on paper, and then when them little rubric squads, 5-man squads with a sorcerer or an exalted sorcerer, can put out so much like shots in like powerful shots that can take out tanks, just from a unit of...
It's my own fault for not knowing my enemy, because obviously I've totally forgot that Rubik's re-roll, and then you've got devastating wounds on, crush your entire army.
Yeah, well, on the psychic.
You re-roll wounds against it, so the Dreadnought went and stood on the objective, and it was just like...
hit
a giant target on his head. I didn't realise that was going to happen, but that's what happens when you play against armies. You don't know the rules. I said at the beginning I didn't read any of your rules. So I said I'll just let you tell me, and you told me by killing all my stuff.
Yeah, basically. So is that your excuse you're going with? That
yes, ignorance is bliss.
I like it. But cheers for coming, mate. It has been a really tiring day. It's boiling here. And we're actually going to Richard's now on his channel on Warhammer to do another game. And this time you do know your enemy, so there's no excuses. Because I'm going to be running a very similar list.
Yeah, I don't know my own though.
That's the problem this time. So be sure to check out Richard's game that we're going to be having very soon. It's Iron Warriors. Oh, yeah, it's Iron Warriors versus
it is technically Iron Warriors, but I just prefer calling it Vashdor, you know what I mean? Vashdor's Demon Engines list instead.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Iron Warriors there, but not many at all, the Demon Engines and stuff, and a Soul Forge. But what I'll do is you upload yours, and then I'll try and upload mine like 5 or so a week or so later.
Yeah,
so if you've seen this, that game won't be out yet. Give it a few more days and it'll be out.
Yeah, it gives you something to look forward to as well. Another game of the Thousand Suns. And hopefully, you never know, you might steamroll me this time.
I hope so. If I just kill Magnus the Red, I'll be happy.
And you did tell me to ring Magnus. That wasn't up to me, was it?
Because that's cool. Vashdor versus Magnus. Cool.
It is. I'm really sorry for people, for Space Marine fans. But at least you saw the first company task force in such a beautifully painted army by Richard. Thanks again for coming, mate. Thank you for all the members, as always, all the subscribers, and just like, comment, and help me out with the algorithm and get these videos shown to the masses. So see you next time.